back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Donald Cowboy Cerrone has been medically cleared to fight, which is great news for fight fans as he's been out for a little while, a little longer than we're used to. Donald Cerrone since 2013 has fought 4 times per year. Now he was only able to fight 3 times a year this most recent year because we all know how his last fight with Darren Till went. Darren Till, fucking one of the futures of the welterweight divisions, very talented prospect, undefeated. Donald Cerrone gave him the chance. Darren Till was unranked looking into the top 15, came through in the main event of UFC Gdansk and really starched Donald Cerrone. I believe broke his nose in that fight, and that's why Donald Cerrone has been medically not cleared to fight. He's been out with an injury, but now Donald Cerrone's back, and Donald Cerrone's team, I believe, has revealed that Donald Cerrone plans on reducing his fight frequency as well as dropping back down to lightweight. Now, I could, you know, just because his most recent fight was coming off of Darren Till, and Darren Till's a very confident person. You know, Darren Till's kind of like a Conor McGregor as far as the trash talk's concerned. He doesn't say shit for shock value. He just says shit he truly believes. And with Donald Cerrone moving down to lightweight right after Darren Till beat him, I could easily see Darren Till coming out in the future saying, you see what I did to Donald Cerrone? I knocked him back down to lightweight. And that's a little unfair because Donald Cerrone is, and Darren Till hasn't said that, but I mean, there's going to be other people that say it because Donald Cerrone moved up from lightweight to go to welterweight when people said the weight cut, you know, didn't have the best weight cuts going to 155 and he looked a lot better at welterweight. Well, now after fighting unranked Darren Till and being knocked out, I believe, in the 3rd round, he's moving back down to lightweight, also reducing his fight frequency, which is actually good if you're, you know, a Donald Cerrone fan, because of course we like seeing Donald Cerrone anywhere, anytime, any place. That's kind of how he made a name. But at the same time, at this point in his career, if you want to see him for years to come, then this is a good move for him, because fighting 4 times a year, you know what I'm saying, versus just the younger killers now, you know, and Donald Cerrone's not a spring chicken anymore. Although he's still a skilled fighter, he's also taken a lot of just injuries inside and outside of the octagon at this point. I mean, he's the type of guy that loves getting on ATVs and, you know what I'm saying, riding horses, shooting guns. He's also got opportunities in like acting now. That's where that scar came from on the picture. That wasn't from the Darren Till fight, if people don't know that, you know what I'm saying. He was on. So Donald Cerrone's got a lot of opportunities outside fighting, which is great for him as a fighter. He doesn't have to continue to fight 4 times a year, getting punched in the face as much as he would love to. And also for fans of Donald Cerrone, because we might get to see Donald Cerrone for 4 to 5 more years instead of 4 to 5 more fights. You know what I'm saying? And we get to see the bigger fights. We get to see Donald Cerrone fighting the legends of the sport. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't think it made sense for Donald Cerrone to be fighting Darren Till, because although Donald Cerrone fights anyone, anywhere, any place, people were like, yeah, but this dude is a fucking killer. He's unranked. He's trying to build a name off of Donald Cerrone. As far as that's why you don't see a lot of people get opportunities, because fighters are like, nah, I'm not letting him build his name off of me. I've worked this hard to get to this point in my career. It wouldn't make much sense for me to fight a young killer that could just come beat me and build it like Darren Till did. Everybody loves Darren Till now, knows who Darren Till is, looking forward to Darren Till, all because Donald Cerrone said yes, and Darren Till was thankful for that, and he realized that after the fight. You know, Donald Cerrone didn't have to take the fight. We see in the Kamaru Usman situation, he can't get an opportunity to save his life. Darren Till now wants to fight Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy's kind of taking that approach like, nah, he doesn't really deserve a fight with us. We want to fight up in the rankings. So Donald Cerrone is medically cleared to fight. He's going back down to lightweight. I don't know who's Donald Cerrone's best fight going to be, man. At this point in his career, I mean, hopefully he'll be with the UFC Performance Institute or maybe a very high-level nutritionist to make that weight cut not affect him. We know Donald Cerrone likes to drink beers and shit. Maybe just cut back on the beers and he'll be good to get back down to lightweight. But with that being said, I don't see Donald Cerrone really. I don't know if he's going to capture a title at lightweight, but I do think we'll get to see some big fights. Maybe if Nate Diaz comes back, we could see Nate Diaz versus Donald Cerrone again. I don't know. Maybe he wants that one back, or, you know, just big fights like that for Donald Cerrone. We don't need to see Donald Cerrone going down to lightweight and just fighting, you know, making new stars off of his name like Darren Till. But maybe we'll get to see like a Donald Cerrone versus a Nate Diaz, as I said, or Donald Cerrone versus Justin Gaethje, Donald Cerrone versus Kevin Lee. I mean, he could capture a title if he puts together a couple big wins over the, you know, smart fights as far as if you beat an unranked guy, it doesn't really put you that much closer to a title. But if you go in down and beat Justin Gaethje and then you beat, say, Khabib, or then you beat an Edson, you might be looking at a title shot. So who knows? Looking forward to Donald Cerrone's next fights. As always, Donald Cerrone, a fan favorite. His fights are always fun. He's coming off of a loss to Darren Till. Was that before or after his Robbie Lawler fight, yo? I just thought about that. He did lose to Robbie Lawler when as well. It was a close split decision. Yeah, no, his most recent fight was the Darren Till fight. Yeah, because that's when he got the broken nose and the injury. So yeah, Donald Cerrone's coming off of 3 losses, 2 of those being to Robbie Lawler, 1 of those also being to Darren Till. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. Jorge Masvidal was the other loss. Now he's moving back on the lightweight. We'll see how that goes. With that being said, it is what it is. I've said enough on this video. Donald Cerrone is medically cleared to fight. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments, or what you're talking about in the comments. I'm going to figure it out. We're going to get a new outro. I'm telling you. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.